Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. Over the course of several years of evolution in the NBA, the point guard position became the premier spot with the most talent in the NBA. And while there is certainly a ton of talent amongst these point players, very quietly, over the past couple of years, the center position has crept up to rival any other position as the most productive on the court. Don't believe me? Let's focus on these 8 players who will play the majority of their minutes at the center position. They all had tremendous starts to their seasons, and there's every indication they will all be able to sustain this level of production over the course of 82 games. The post-up is still the most common way for centers to score in the NBA, and it's been great to see young players get back to good footwork down there on the block. Joel Embiid has already shown a very mature game with tremendous athletic ability and touch, both with his back to the basket and with his face-up game where he can showcase his jumper. While Boogie Cousins seems to be focused on the high post and the perimeter more these days, there is no doubt we'll see plenty of his ferocious space-eating play on the block, where he can face up and hit his man with a variety of different moves that make you gasp. Jonas Valanciunas has been toiling away in relative obscurity up in Canada, but he showed us in the playoffs that he can be a beast on the block with a very traditional low-post battering ram style. However, he's not just a brutish thug down there, he's got some craftiness as well, and the ability to put the ball on the floor and take guys with him as he scores. Even Dwight Howard has looked much better in the Hawks' offense, greatly reducing his post-ups, but being quite efficient so far with his go-to lefty jump hook. While he's much more willing now to screen to find looks, they will still need to feed the big man, and with less post touches, I believe he can find a more efficient way to do his work. While Omer Asik has started at center alongside Anthony Davis, Davis tends to play more of his minutes at center anyway, and he's certainly got the traditional back-to-the-basket post-up game. Add to that a great handle, and when he faces up, very few centers will be able to keep up with him at all. Try to get rough with him, and that just gives him more space to operate once he does get the ball. Myles Turner is someone we spotlit last year, and he dropped a huge game on the Mavericks the other night. They like to dive into the low block to maximize his speed advantage, and he will definitely get his share of low post touches as the season progresses. Nikola Boosah is another player toiling in obscurity down in Orlando, but he is one of the most skilled big men in the NBA today. Another guy with a very traditional but effective back-to-the-basket low-post game. Jusuf Nurkic is another European player who hasn't hit the national stage yet, and he's got good strength down low as a banger, but surprises you with some real scoring ability. I like how well he scans the floor looking to pass as he goes to work, and that keeps the help defense away, allowing him to score more freely. And let's not forget perhaps the best young center playing today, Karl-Anthony Towns. This monster has it all. Back to the basket drop steps over his defender, the face-up and J all in his man's grill, and going to work attacking the rim while throwing a complex series of shot fakes and pivots to get the shot off. While the pick and roll is one of the oldest plays in the book, big men in the NBA today don't rely on a hard roll to the hoop as much as they used to. Without question, Hassan Whiteside uses it as a big part of his attack, where he can grab territory down low and score without needing to dribble. And you'll see the Dragic-Whiteside combo a whole lot as their offense is designed to get these two attacking together. Boogie should also get a fair amount of rolls to the hoop, and his skill set should give us highlight after highlight of tremendous touch around the basket. Valanciunas likes to use his role and make it into a post-up, and there's no question this is a great way to help him get great position and allow him to showcase his numerous moves. Myles Turner is just an active ball of energy, and while he clearly prefers to pick and pop, he'll make himself more effective if he mixes in just enough pick and rolls to keep the defense honest. And Nurkic will fool you with his deceptive quickness combined with good feet, and he'll be able to do real damage down low once he gets the ball after the screen. The pick and pop is where the NBA has gone to, and it's something Boogie has taken a real liking to, hovering in the traditional 18 to 20 foot range for many of these shots. Anthony Davis also uses his quickness to attack the mid-range, just enough to take what the defense gives you with his great shooting. Myles Turner is the guy who loves to screen, then float to the open spot and check out the hop on this gorgeous jumper. And Turner also has a very good quick release shot, something rare for a big man, but will serve him well when the defense tries to rotate with a smaller player. Vucevic has also shown the ability to bomb from the mid-range, and if his guards can compact the defense consistently, he should get lots of these types of open shots. And Joel Embiid has thrilled us all with his ability to pick and pop to the three-point line, something him and Boogie have started routinely doing and causing all sorts of nightmares for the defense. And that brings us to the three-point shot. As the league has evolved to create more of these shots, the centers have gravitated behind the line as well. Boogie has found a sweet one-motion shot from behind the arc that is rare for a guy his size to possess. And while it might have started out as a curiosity or strange Vivek prank, Boogie has completely proven it's a viable shot that he should be taking during the course of the game. Anthony Davis has been dipping his toes in the three-point game waters, and while it hasn't been a huge success yet, be sure to look for him to pick and pop behind that arc. Most big men turn into trailers of the play, and if you have the ability to shoot, it's action like this that will yield tons of open looks. And Towns is a natural back there. He doesn't need a huge jump, so fourth quarter tired legs shouldn't be a factor in his shooting down the stretch. What has truly redefined how centers attack on offense is the spot up. Guys who would normally just catch it and get rid of it on the perimeter are now doing their best guard imitations while breaking their guys down with simply vicious ball handling and finishing moves that make you stand back and say, "What?" Remember, these are all guys who are around 7 feet tall, and thank goodness they're learning key ball handling skills early to give us the kind of highlights that get people out of their chairs, but also make coaches sleep a little easier knowing they have one less thing to worry about in their offensive attack. All the big men we're examining today have this ability and will find openings to showcase their moves from the perimeter. And it's truly frightening when you think that this is becoming the norm. Let's not forget being on the receiving end of a little dump-off pass for a big finish. This is how many big men used to get most of their shots, and guys like Whiteside should continue to get them with penetrators like Dragic and Johnson and even Dion Waiters on his team. Vucevic should also get opportunities because Payton simply doesn't shoot and can penetrate and kick pretty well. And Nurkic should be able to get buckets too because the floor is spread for penetrators like Fournier and Moutier. The X factor for guys this tall is the putback. This allows the guards to be as fearless as they are, knowing that their big men can aggressively attack the boards for putbacks. It acts as a possession generator as well as a demoralizer to the other team, who were excited they stopped the first shot, but hang their heads when the putback gets thrown violently back in the rim. Players like Boogie and Valanciunas just overpower guys to grab them, while Dwight doesn't clear space as much, just uses his strength to hold his position. Myles Turner will benefit from being quicker to the ball than most big guys, and Nurkic has that knack for following the shot and using great touch to tip it back in softly while battling with his physicality. So there you have it, sports fans. This is a quick glimpse into the bright future of the center position. And while you still might not think these guys rival the best of the point guards, remember that we haven't even mentioned a ton of other very, very good big men who have had years of production to back up their resume. Guys on this list, in no particular order, all play crucial roles on their teams and allow them to compete night in and night out, not just from a scoring perspective, but from the rebounds, block shots, and for some, assists that they contribute to the bottom line. While the point guards get all the glory, the big guys take the beating down low and come back for more. It's clear the post-up isn't dead, neither is the roll man in the pick and roll. And we have these players to thank for bringing it all back.